It's all about entertainment. I went out there and I entertained. Tenshin, he's a great champion, a young, hungry lion. I had more experience at the high level, but Tenshin is still undefeated. I'm still undefeated. This fight don't go on his record. This fight don't go on my record. And it's all about having fun. Of course, I want to make a couple dollars from having fun, so we did that. I don't want to say this was a fight, because if it was a fight, it would have been 12 rounds. It's supposed to be 9 minutes of action, but it didn't go 9 minutes.
How soon do you think you can get back in there? And I think the other thing that's going to be connected to your next fight is that you probably won't have even a metabolite or a pictogram or whatever was in your system for this fight. Finally.
I hope not, man. I'm learning about this Tyrannoball, and I hear that it could possibly be in my body for the next 7 years, which is really scary. In the first drug test situation with Daniel Cormier, they found a long-term metabolite in my body. There's no short-term metabolites being found in my body. I don't know how long this has been in my body, but I'd eventually like to fight to get my Daniel Cormier fight overturned, because if there was short-term metabolites found in my body, you would be able to tell that something got in me recently. But they found a long-term metabolite in my body. They've never found short-term metabolites in my body. And people ask me, how do you know, John, and this isn't something that's new putting in John's body before this fight? And if it was new, you would find short-term metabolites, medium-term metabolites. You're only finding long-term metabolites. Maybe this was in my, I don't know. I don't know how long this has been in my body, but I hear it could be in there for up to 7 years. Tonight I got drug tested by 2 different agencies. Yesterday I got drug tested by VADA for the first time, and I'm excited. I'm excited to be tested by the most legit drug testing agencies in the world, so that we can learn exactly what this is and get to the bottom of it. I said earlier in the interview that if I'm lying, then I pray that the Lord take every ounce of talent out of my body. I took a polygraph test. I looked these people in the eyes and said that I have never done anything to cheat this sport, and I passed that polygraph test. I have no Jedi mind tricks to pass polygraph tests. I believe that I'll be vindicated, proven innocent, and I'm just gonna put it in God's hands.
Just talk about your emotions after what happened.
I'm just trying to do my job, and the way that I throw this combination, I aim for the base of the head, and looking back, she kind of leaned back and it kind of my foot kind of glanced off her eye a little bit, and I kind of backed off because I could see the way that she turned. She kind of looked like there was some damage or she was hurt or something like that, and I could see Mark talking to her, so I kind of waited a little bit to see if he was going to stop it or what was going to happen, and he was like, no, this fight's still going. I was like, oh, okay, let's keep going, and he obviously stepped in because he's there for her protection as well, and if she's not defending herself, that's the whole reason why the refs are there, and I can't really control that, but if we want to run it back, if they want me to fight her again, we're more than happy to, but I'm just glad to be back in the win column and finally get a win in the UFC. I know I get a lot of criticism for not having a win in the UFC, but we got it done. A win is a win.
Is Brock completely out of the picture now? Is that no longer an option?
No, he's not. He's not out of the
So
picture.
there still is a chance that you could sign him.
Absolutely.
What has been the holdup?
I think he's already under contract with me.
Well, I mean, it's seeming like there's been, looks.
Yeah, so we were talking about it, and then he ended up signing a new deal with WWE. What I think happens is, he's in a very unique position because he can play this thing between UFC and WWE, and they get right down to the wire, and I think Vince throws so much money at him that he says, all right, I'll do it again. Because this is here no matter what. When he's ready, he can come in here and fight, and he's going to make a shitload of money here too. So it makes sense. I'm assuming that's what's going on.
For Brock, if he fights
one of the
Jones
things
and
that you
DC.
guys know about me, I don't wait for anybody. I'm not fucking waiting around for anybody. So I'm rolling with the business. Guy doesn't want to fight this year, it's all good. It doesn't matter who you are, how big you are, what your deal is. You don't want to fight? Do your thing. When you're ready to fight, you come back and talk to me, and we'll figure something out.
Who would be better, him or DC? Or Jones or DC against
They're
Brock?
both good. Those are both good fights. I think Jones, DC, and Stipe are all three good fights for Cormier, if Cormier wants to do three more fights.
What do you want next? Who do you want next?
Mate, I called out Max Holloway, not because I think I'm definitely the next in line. Obviously Moicano and it was probably the next in line, but he missed weight. And then you're hearing a lot of people say, what's left for him in this division? He hasn't fought a wrestler really for a while, a good strong wrestler with a big puncher, you know what I mean? And I know he's a gamer, and he's the type of guy that he'll, we've all taken. He didn't have to cop that damage that he done, but the fact that he just comes forward and that's his game, that's why a lot of people got to respect for him. But I just think that's why we're a bad matchup for him. And until he takes out someone like me or Frankie Edgar, then you could say he's took out everyone in the division. I really think that,
So you're saying, hold on a second, Matt, don't go up just yet.
Yeah, well, even he wants to. He's a gamer. He wants to take out the division. He really does. That's why everyone loves him. But I reckon, if I'm not next, I'll be the fight after that. And I guarantee you, if he plays that game that he always does, and I know he will. Again, he's a gamer. He's a gangster. I love it. But that's just not going to work for me.
So, as you mentioned, you have a lot of respect for Carlos Connor, but now he's got 5 straight losses, and do you think he should continue fighting? Do you feel like his heart is in it like it used to be?
Nobody has the right to tell a fighter, especially anybody in this room. That's amongst him and his family and his teammates. I have no business saying that. Carlos Condit still has a tool bag that he could go out and beat anybody on any given night. It just so happens he had to fight me tonight, and I was very, very well prepared. You know what I mean? This wasn't like he just went out and lost to some chump. He just went out and lost to a guy. I mean, had I not had my mishap with Kevin Lee, I would have been fighting Tony Ferguson for the title. You know what I mean? I'm not some scrub. I've been on the brink of title fights. You know what I mean? I'm a tough guy. So, that's amongst him and his family and his team. But if that is, I don't want to be the guy that he ends his career off of. I would like to have it be someone else. I don't want it to be me. But if this is the end, I mean, and what a ride he's had, dude. The guy, 2 major world titles across 2 organizations. He's competed against some of the best in the world. I hope this isn't it for him.
My question for you is, the first punch you got dropped by that one shot, how badly were you hurt, and did you ever recover from that after the first punch she hit you with?
I think I was recovered because I was trying to punch her back. I didn't watch a fight yet. I'm sorry I didn't fight. I don't want to see it now because not gonna change anything now. Now I have it too. I want to see my family, stay with them, and have fun with my fans. But when she punched me, I think I fell, but I continue going. And maybe this is my mistake I did. I have to watch again with my team.
With one fight left on your contract, what do you think you're going to do when you look at the featherweight division and you consider, maybe some people are tugging you to try boxing? What do you anticipate for 2019?
I didn't talk with my manager yet, but, this is my dream, do my boxing fight. This didn't change. I'm going to continue training. And, after 13 years, you continue training how hard in the first day. Probably after this fight, imagine I'm just going to continue hard. This is just put fire in my heart, continue training.